these joints are really a disappointment. And this arm just keeps popping off. I mean, if a little kid was playing with this guy, these parts would be lost in no time. That's not cool. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Flashback Toys and Collectibles. And today I'll be opening up some G.I. Joes I just purchased from Walmart. I've got Snake Eyes, the Duke, and Cobra Commander. So let's take a look at the boxes before we open this up. Here is Cobra Commander, a Cobra enemy. Let's take a look at the back. Role, enemy leader, primary specialty, intelligence. Absolute power, total control of the world, its people, wealth, and resources. That's the object of Cobra Commander. Here is the Duke. Comes with a couple accessories here. He's got a machine gun, hat, and pistol. And on the back, Hauser Conrad S. Role, First Sergeant, primary specialty, airborne infantryman. Graduated top of his class at airborne school, commands by winning respect. In Snake Eyes, this guy comes with a bunch of accessories. Role, Commando, primary specialty, infantry, secondary specialty, combat instructor, proficient in 12 unarmed fighting systems, jungle, desert, and Arctic survival. Alright, let's go ahead and open these guys up. We'll start with Cobra. So here's what all comes inside the package for Cobra Commander. We got the Cobra figure itself, a stand, a gun, and a knife. It looks like the gun can go in either hand. And same thing with the knife. So there's an up close look at Cobra. I really like how his face is kind of chromed out there. And it looks like on his leg here there's a holster for the knife. Let's see if that fits in there. So that's cool, the knife can fit right there. Let's check out the articulation. Oh, that's cool, the helmet can come off. So the head can pivot around and back and forth. It seems to be on a ball joint. His arms can pivot at the shoulder, but this joint is really stiff right here. It's kind of disappointing. It's starting to loosen up there. I can also bend at the elbow. Again though, it's super stiff, and I've just about broke it just trying to bend at the elbow. God, that's not good. I don't know if I'm going to be able to move this at all without it breaking. And then the hand can swivel. Man, these arms are not moving well. I'm a little disappointed in that. That sucks. I can pivot here at the waist or the stomach area right here. You can turn back and forth. Then the legs can move at the top. They're on a ball joint. Then the knee has two joints. I can pivot here and here. And these legs are moving a lot better than the arms, that's for sure. And then there's also a joint at the foot here. But again, this joint is really tight. Let's go ahead and try the stand out here. So there's some holes on the bottom of the feet. And we got some pegs right here on the stand. So it's a super tight fit on the stand, but that's kind of a good thing because it's not going to go anywhere now. So overall, I think this is a very cool looking figure. It looks just like the Cobra Commander I remember from the cartoon. However, I'm a little bit disappointed with the movement in the arms here. And I'm pretty sure if I tried to play with this figure like it was a regular toy, it would probably end up breaking somewhere here in the arm area. Alright, let's move on to the next figure. Here is the Duke. Okay, here's what all comes with the Duke. He's got a helmet, machine gun, pistol, and stand. Let's go ahead and pop his helmet on. Let's check out the articulation on this guy. So the head can pivot. The shoulders, they're moving fairly nice. Oh, the hand just popped off. That's great. The elbow joint is super tight. That's not wanting to move very well. So there's no movement at the hand on this guy, just on the arm right here. It can turn. It can also move here at the stomach. The leg can move at the top on a ball joint there. Then the knee has two joints. And the ankle also has a joint. So the legs on this guy move pretty well, even the ankle joint. Now one thing with this figure, the plastic feels pretty lightweight and cheap. It doesn't feel near as solid as the old figures. For an example, here's an old Sergeant Slaughter. The plastic on this guy feels a lot sturdier than this guy. Also, the joints on this old figure, I think, are way better than this guy. This toy is from 1988, so it's over 30 years old, and these joints still work great. It can pivot here at the shoulder, the elbow, the waist, the leg, the knee, and the head. Now it doesn't have as many joints, but all the joints that are on this guy work really well. And here's another G.I. Joe figure from the early 2000s. So the joints on this guy are pretty similar to Sergeant Slaughter. And all these joints are working fine, no issues. But with these new figures, these joints are really a disappointment. And this arm just keeps popping off. I mean, if a little kid was playing with this guy, these parts would be lost in no time. That's not cool. Let's check out his machine gun here. So that can go in either hand. And then we got a pistol that can go in either hand as well. And it looks like his pistol can go right here in this holster on his pants. So that looks really cool. I like that. So this guy also has a stand. So there's a couple pegs on this. They go into the holes on his boots. And there we go. The Duke. Alright, let's open up the last figure here. Snake Eyes. So these guys cost right around $12. I picked all three of these up at Walmart, and that would be a decent price if these figures worked as intended, but because these figures do have some issues with some of the joints, I don't think they're worth $12. So this guy's got a crap load of accessories. Imagine being a little kid and trying not to lose all these little accessories. Okay, here's what all comes in the package for Snake Eyes. He's got a bag of some sort, a long sword, a couple sword holders, two ninja looking swords, a machine gun, a couple pistols, a couple knives, and so I'm not exactly sure what these are supposed to be, whether they're supposed to be some sort of bomb or grenade. I don't know. Maybe you can leave me a comment and let me know, because I don't remember what these are. So here's an up-close look at Snake Eyes. Now this guy, out of all three of the G.I. Joes I'm opening today, has the most detail by far. If you take a look at his outfit, it's got some cool texture on it. And then he's got all kinds of weapon holders on his body here. And then he's got a couple holders on his pants for knives or guns. So there's a lot of cool features on this figure that make him really stand out. Now again, with this figure, the plastic feels kind of cheap and lightweight. Let's see how well the joints work. So the head can pivot. Let's try the shoulder. So that moves okay. Let's try the elbow. So out of all three of the figures I've opened, the joint on this elbow seems to be working the best. So it's actually functional. Let's try the legs. It pivots pretty decent at the top. Then the knee can bend in two different areas. And can also pivot here at the ankle. So all this plastic feels very lightweight, and I'm pretty certain if you're a young kid and you were playing with this toy on a regular basis, I don't think it would last more than a month. Okay, let's check out some of his weapons. So he has a couple different swords that can go inside these, and these swords can hook on his body, looks like right here, in the middle of his back. Then there's a spot for a knife right here, right beside his head. Then there's another spot for a knife at the bottom of his leg right here. And a spot for his pistol right there. Then this weapon bag, I'm assuming that's what it is. So it can hook around his neck, but then it sticks out. Looks kind of funny. Yeah, I'm gonna take that off. That looks weird. So then he can hold the machine gun in this hand and the other pistol in this hand. So that's pretty cool that this figure can hold all these weapons at the same time. Let's see, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's got 7 different weapons he's holding right now. And then he still has these weapons as well. And there's what he looks like on the stand. So here's my overall opinion with these 3 figures. I think they all look really cool, but the quality of these figures has really went downhill since the early days of G.I. Joe. I mean, I played with all kinds of G.I. Joes when I was a little kid, and of course some of them did break, but for the most part they held up pretty good, and they were built to last. With these new figures, that's just not the case. They seem to be built more for looks and maybe display purposes, but if you're trying to play with these things on a regular basis, I'm pretty sure they're going to end up falling apart. So because of this, I'm not going to be buying any more of these figures until they make some quality changes. To me, they're just not worth it. It's kind of sad that this figure from 1988 that's been played with a bunch has joints that feel way more solid than these new figures from 2021. I mean, all the joints on this guy feel great. Okay, it's now time for me to go. If you liked this video, if you could hit that like button, and please subscribe. And have yourself a great day, and I'll see you next time.